To my cherished listeners, your support and connection mean the world to me. Thank you for embracing these stories with open hearts, allowing them to resonate and inspire. Your presence fuels my passion to share tales that capture the raw beauty of human experience. The sting of her unfaithfulness tore through my existence like a storm, leaving jagged pieces in its wake. The weight of those words presses against my soul even now, heavy as boulders. I never thought deception would carve its mark into my life's narrative. You invest years in nurturing love, weaving a shared future, believing they're your unyielding refuge, only to discover it was a delicate mirage. The night the truth unveiled itself, I didn't lash out or shatter objects. I stood still, my emotions numbed, as if my heartbeat had faltered. She'd left her phone on the sofa while she bathed, and a fleeting notification caught my eye. I shouldn't have looked, but curiosity can ignite cruel flames. One glance and my world collapsed. Messages from an unfamiliar name. Tender and undeniable. Last night felt like a dream. I'm yearning for you again. I placed the phone down, my fingers shaking as though it burned. My heart hollowed, an aching void. My wife, the cornerstone of my life, no longer belonged to me, if she ever truly had. When she stepped out of the bathroom, humming lightly, words escaped me. I muttered something about work and fled. My workplace became my sanctuary, a space where I could dodge the suffocating reality of a home that now felt like a tomb of broken vows. I started staying late at the office, far beyond regular hours. Initially, it was merely an escape from her presence, a way to sidestep the crushing burden of our fractured bond. But those extended evenings soon blossomed into something unforeseen. My supervisor, Claire, began to notice. In her mid-40s, she carried a quiet authority, her poise commanding any room with ease. One night, as the office grew silent, she leaned into my workspace with a teasing grin. "Are you moving in here?" she quipped. I tried to dismiss it, citing looming deadlines, but her eyes held mine with knowing clarity. "You can't fool me," she said softly, her voice warm yet incisive. "I've seen enough to know this isn't just about reports." Her words struck a deep chord, unexpected and raw. I wanted to deflect, but instead, I exhaled a tired sigh. She didn't press further. "Come on," she invited. "Let's have coffee in my office." Her office after hours was a haven of calm. The city's lights spilled through the windows, casting a tranquil glow over the space. She poured coffee into 2 cups, passing one to me. For a time, we sat in companionable silence, the stillness soothing rather than oppressive. Then she asked, "Who broke your spirit?" The question unraveled my defenses. I shared the heart of it, not every fragment but enough. How I'd seen the messages. How, when I confronted my wife, she didn't bother to deny it, only stated she'd felt neglected for years and walked away, as if our promises were mere ink on paper. Claire listened, her gaze unwavering, her presence a steady tether. No empty reassurances, no criticism, just quiet empathy. When I finished, she said, "She's the one who lost something precious. You're not broken. Don't let her make you believe you are." Her words anchored me, a lifeline I hadn't realized I craved. Those evenings in Claire's office became a cherished routine. Sometimes her assistant, Maya, joined us. A few years my junior, Maya radiated a warmth that could pierce even the deepest gloom. Together, they were a dynamic pair, Claire's incisive strength balanced by Maya's radiant lightness. One Friday, long after the office had emptied, we spread takeout across Claire's desk, the aroma of warm noodles filling the air. It felt surreal, my boss and her assistant, sharing laughter with me over steaming containers, the heaviness of my shattered marriage easing, if only briefly. "Stay with us," Maya said with a playful smile, snagging a piece of chicken, "and you'll never feel alone." Her words were light-hearted, but they rang with truth. At home, I'd been drowning in silence, lost in my own thoughts. Here with them I felt seen, vibrant, alive. Over the weeks, those nights softened boundaries. It was no longer about work. It was about rediscovering who I was. We exchanged tales, frustrations, and joy, but in the quiet moments, an unspoken tension simmered. One evening, after Maya had gone, Claire lingered, reclining in her chair, her eyes soft yet piercing. "You're different now," she said quietly. How? I asked. You're beginning to recognize your own value. Her words landed like a quiet epiphany. My wife had left me feeling like a shadow, but Claire and Maya, they brought me back into sharp relief. It wasn't love, not at first. It was something richer. Human, essential, authentic. Yet connection weaves its own spell. One night, Maya's fingers grazed mine as she passed me a document, her touch lingering a heartbeat too long. Another time, Claire's gaze locked with mine, crossing an invisible line from professional to something more. I won't dwell on every moment. Some crossed boundaries they shouldn't have. What matters is this. I was no longer alone. That office, once a place of tasks and deadlines, became where I reclaimed myself, my desires, my worth, my vitality. Did it mend everything? No. Did it erase the pain of betrayal? Far from it. But it reminded me of something my wife had stolen long before her infidelity. The conviction that I deserved to be seen, to be valued. When I finally chose to end my marriage, it wasn't because of those office nights. It was because I realized clinging to that hollow union was sapping my spirit. I'd been grasping at the ghost of what we once shared. Claire and Maya didn't save me. They showed me I could save myself. They reminded me that betrayal doesn't signal the end. That unexpected souls can see your worth when the one you loved most turns away. Weeks after I moved out, my wife called, her voice trembling with regret, pleading for a second chance. For a moment, I hesitated. But then I recalled those late nights, the laughter, the coffee, the simple gift of being understood. Returning would mean unraveling all I'd reclaimed. So I said no, choosing myself for the first time. Her betrayal shattered me, yes. But those nights in the office, surrounded by people who refused to let me fade, restored my life. They taught me that betrayal doesn't shape who you are, what you choose next does. And I chose to rise, to embrace the light of new beginnings.